Everywhere I look online, I see Nexon's new game being compared to Genshin Impact. Y'all know that you can have a game with a vibrant anime aesthetic and not be anything remotely close to Genshin Impact, right? Because let me tell you, this game couldn't be more different. Before we go any further though, I do want to give a quick shout out to all of our patrons over on Patreon. While this channel is technically monetized due to the nature of a lot of the content, Patreon allows for me to at least make something off of these videos, so kudos guys, you guys rock. Now, I know, ew, Nexon. Yeah, I wholeheartedly concur with that sentiment. As soon as I saw that Nexon were making a new gacha game, I immediately proceeded to throw up in my mouth a little. Nexon are not the worst developer or publisher out there, far from it, but just because you're not the worst doesn't mean that you're even remotely close to being passable. Nexon have released some of the most pay-to-win, free-to-play unfriendly, bug-ridden, poorly handled gacha games and MMOs to have graced, or rather to have disgraced, the gaming scene. Games that are just incredible games at their core, or could be incredible games at their core, but are hindered so strongly by sheer incompetence, which is why I'm assuming everywhere I look online, comments from players are complaining that A, this game looks fantastic graphically, but also B, they can't believe that it's going to be run into the dirt by such a trash company. Heck, there are even entire Reddit threads dedicated to how they're going to boycott the game purely because it's Nexon, as opposed to just, I don't know, playing the game, having some fun, not spending any money, and if the game is crap or if the game becomes boring, just moving on to something more exciting, more entertaining. Maybe that's just how I view things though. Either way, Nexon just released a brand new trailer for their upcoming gacha game called Argent Twilight: Secret of the Dark Orbs. Very little is known about the game. I had initially covered this on my main channel last year sometime when it was first revealed as, I think it was Project SF if I recall. From what we can tell, Argent Twilight utilizes a beautiful anime graphical style, but Nexon have released tons of pretty games in the past. Looking good does not inherently make the game good. It looks as though it will be a turn-based tactical RPG as opposed to a fast-paced action RPG like Punishing Gray Raven or Honkai Impact. I really haven't played many gacha games, but the strategic type of gameplay gives me very strong Fire Emblem vibes. I know I've played a gacha like this at one point. Oh man, it had a brown-haired main character. And I know that really isn't narrowing it down given how generic main male characters are in gacha games, but it also featured a combat system that was kind of reminiscent of Final Fantasy Tactics for the Game Boy Advance. Maybe, I don't know, you guys can enlighten me as to what that was. It has been so long since I last played it. And, well, it features PvP, it features raids and guilds, PvP, Nexon. Those two words really don't go very well together. All in all, this is a pretty basic, pretty generic gacha game. But, you know what? Many of them are. At least this game looks good graphically, which means that it might be fun to, at the very least, try, even in the short term. Now, for those of you that are not interested in this game, though, no problem. There are plenty of other gacha games coming this year, games that you can find in this video on screen right now, or if you'd rather an MMO, because MMOs are your thing, then this is probably of interest to you instead.